By looking at the interactive graph on Accenture, you can see that there are three top industries that have a large percentage of the companies within their industry are labeled as AI achievers. The first is the natural resources industry, with 24% of participants being labeled as AI achievers. The next is public services, with 23% AI achievers. And then the last one is aerospace and defense, with 22%. Um, the numbers here are interesting because obviously each industry has a different number of players within that industry. So the percentages are somewhat tough to put on an even scale and compare with each other. But you can still see that these three industries have a lot of their players investing in AI and being successful at it and being labeled these AI achievers. We look at public services. They are the industry with 24%, which was the highest percentage of players in the industry being labeled as AI achievers. And I think this is super interesting because AI actually with public services really makes sense. I feel like there's a trend in the last decade to really revamp public services, whether that's public transit, specifically at different metros, subway stations, things like that, and being able to include AI and make things more efficient and more beneficial for the consumer is super attractive, especially considering that taxpayer money goes into these public services. So this is why I feel like public services is definitely a big one where this is true that AI is getting a strong foothold and people are really starting to invest in it. And then also with public services, that it's beyond the financial metrics that some of these other businesses and industries are out there looking for. The public services are doing a public service. So they really want to maximize the efficiency of the different services that are paid for by taxpayers. And then the last thing I just wanted to know, I think it's interesting, is that automotive, tech, and aerospace and defense are at the top three industries for AI usage in general. But this does not mean that they have the most players using AI. It just means that there could be one company that's dominating the AI space, which is what's pushing that industry to that top three. So overall, definitely still interesting to look at the public services and natural resources industries as they have a large percentage of their companies within the industry all getting on board with AI and pushing the industry along.